everybody, how you doing? It's Tom here. We're doing a live YouTube stream today, just kind of out of the blue. I just decided, what am I going to do with myself for the next couple hours? I don't have anything to do, and I cook a lot around this darn house. So thank you so much for joining me. Try to keep it a little bit set up a little bit simple today. Sometimes I get so involved in these cooking segments that by the time I get everything set up, it's just no good, okay? And it just wears me out and I lose interest. So I kept it very simple, just a 2-camera shoot. Got my close up here, and also I have my wide shot you can see. And thank you so much for joining us. I'm not really expecting a lot of people here today, only because I just announced it about a half an hour ago. So that's okay. This is kind of more of a practice thing and see how it all turns out. But if you are watching and you have a comment along the way, just say, hey, I'm here, just so I know that we have at least 1 or 2 living, breathing people. If not, that's all right. I'm purging forward. It's not really that big of a deal to me, being that I do stand-up comedy and I have performed for way less than 2 people. So this is a piece of cake for me. Plus I'm in my own home. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to try to do this more on a little bit of a regular basis for you guys, so you know we can kind of cook stuff together, make it simple, make it easy. So in addition to getting set up for this whole thing time after time, I have to come up with recipes, and recipes that you can cook in a relatively short period of time where there's not really a lot of standing around. Well, I've been doing a lot of cooking classes for a few companies out there, and I've been kind of on this more or less, we'll say, healthy type of food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For me, healthy. For some of you people that really watch what you eat, probably not so much. But I stumble upon some recipes that are not actually they're not only good, taste good, but they're halfway decent for you too. So we're going to do one of these today. We're going to be making some pumpkin pancakes. Now, who doesn't love pumpkin pancakes? I know we just got out of Thanksgiving. You're probably going, no more pumpkin, Tom. Please, no more pumpkin. I get it. Well, I went out in my fridge and I was looking around for stuff to cook, and I found a half a cup of pumpkin puree from a pumpkin pie that we made last couple days. So I thought, I'm going to make some pumpkin pancakes. And when you see how simple and how easy this is to do, you're probably going to be making these at least 23, 24 times a year, I'm going to guess, all right? So let's kind of go over some of the ingredients that maybe you wouldn't normally find if you were making pancakes from scratch. A lot of times we'll go out and we'll just buy pancake mix, just add the egg, add the water, boom, you're done. So we're taking this one step a little bit further, plus we're giving it a little bit of a healthy twist. So let's kind of go through some of the things that we're going to need for this first of all. First and foremost, you might not even have this around the house, but we have some ground flax seed. You ever hear of ground flax seed? And a little bit of water. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix the flax seed together with the water. Okay? That's all you're going to do is 3 tablespoons of water to 1 tablespoon of flax seed. All right? And we're going to mix that. We're just going to set it aside. And that's going to go in at the very end. All right? Can you see that? Beautiful. All right. And set that off to the side like that. And now we're going to get together our dry ingredients. Basically, we're going to have wet and dry ingredients. We're going to mix them in 2 separate bowls, then put them together. Also, I have my griddle. You can't see it. It's off camera now, but it's getting up to about 350 degrees. I will bring it over here. It is one of those George Foreman portable grills. That's right. I do own one. I had one for many, many years. Don't use it all that much, but today you guys are going to see it in full action, all right? So let's kind of mix the dry ingredients together. We'll kind of go through these as I'm mixing them together. So first of all, we're going to start off with some flour. Okay, 1.5 cups of flour. Right here. That's what flour is. It can be your basic run-of-the-mill flour. To that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar, right in there like that. All right. And also, if you have these little plastic cups, they really come in handy. You know, I like to pre-portion all my stuff out ahead of time, because there's nothing worse than putting together a recipe or going to make something, prepare something, and you start pulling all the ingredients out as you're making it and find out, hey, I'm out of sugar, I'm out of brown sugar, I'm out of vanilla, I'm out of eggs, whatever. Get all your ingredients in front of you, first of all, so you're not running to the store mid-recipe, all right? That's Tom's tip for the day, all right? So we have flour, we have sugar. What else we want to add in there, Tom? Well, we're going to have some baking powder, some baking soda, some cinnamon, and some salt. All right, that's going to go right in here like that. And I will put a link to the recipe for this, so you guys can go on and check it out yourself. So don't even worry about that. It's all going to be there. So that's all the dry ingredients we really have right now. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a mix up there like that. You don't have to get out the electric mixer for this, not even necessary. All right, and that's all you got. We're just going to set that aside now. We're going to mix together our wet ingredients. All right, another bowl. No magic happening here. You can see it's all happening. And we're going to just go ahead and start. We're going to start off with some almond milk. Now, don't know whether you have almond milk laying around your house, but I tell you, we buy this in the drums. We go to Costco. Katrina actually likes the almond milk. I don't really drink it all that much, but whenever I'm making recipes that call for almond milk, I don't even have to worry. There's always a bunch in the fridge. So this is 1.5 cups of almond milk right in there like that. All right? Plus 3 tablespoons, a little bit more. All right, try to keep it at room temperature, which I have done. Next to that, we're going to add some coconut oil. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with coconut oil, it has a little bit of a coconutty taste. 3 tablespoons of this. A lot of times you'll buy it in the store, and it'll kind of be like white, like it looks like candle wax. You want to warm it up a little bit so it gets liquidy, like what we got right here. So that's what I got, liquidy coconut oil right here in front of you. Can you see that? Right in front of your face. That's going to go right in there like that with the liquid. All right, we're going to add a little bit of vanilla. Teaspoon and a half of vanilla. We all like vanilla. That's kind of cool looking in there, huh? That's pretty trippy. Look at that. All right, and then we're going to add our flaxseed oil right here. Not our flaxseed, our flaxseed in our water. And when you let it sit a couple minutes like that, it does kind of thicken up. So we're just going to put that right in there like so. All right. Not really difficult. It's a good recipe to really learn on and practice. And you know what? I've made these a couple times before. I gotta say, they're good. Okay, so let's give this a little mix like that. Okay, now we have our pumpkin puree, however you prefer to say it. This is going to be, I believe it's 1.5 cups. No, it's 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup, well, that looks like a lot more than 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. Let me see about that. Well, let's put it in. We won't put it all in. That looks pretty hefty. I used 1/2 can, but I think that's going to be plenty. All right. If we need more, we'll add more. We don't want it too loose and runny. All right. Nothing worse than loose and runny. All right. So there you go. So there's the liquid ingredients right there. So we have the liquid. Going to mix it in with the dry, and boom. That's all there is to it. Then all you have to do is really just cook it. All right. So let's pull our dry ingredients over here again. Let's put our, and what I like to do a lot of times is when I mix in wet to dry, a little bit at a time. Okay, because you can always thin it down if it's too thick, but you really can't without adding more flour and everything else, thicken it up. So, but it looks like we're probably going to use all this. Just take your time. That's all you got to do. Take your time. Mix it all good. Now, you want to mix this to the consistency of pancake batter. We've all made pancakes, so we know what it's going to look like for the most part, all right? So, there you go. That's going to go right in there, like that. And this should be a perfect consistency. Actually, I was adding a little at a time, but as you can see by this, that the consistency is pretty darn good. That's just where we want it. All right. Now, if you want to add some chopped nuts in here, that's fine too. Walnuts, pecans, macadamia nuts would be good. We're just doing the plain old pancakes, and I'm going to top it with just some plain old maple syrup and a little bit of butter. All right. There's other routes you can go as well, but give it a little taste. This is very, very good. I don't know why I don't eat these more often. All right, so that's really all there is to that. So, as promised, I'm going to bring over my George Foreman grill, because you know what? You guys deserve it. There it is, all right? I don't even know if we're going to get this whole thing in the shot. I'm hoping we will. Let's see what we got here. I think that's going to be good. Maybe if I turn it around the other way, you guys get a better glimpse of what you're seeing. It might be a little bit easier to see without really trying to knock anything off of the countertop. which that would not be good. All right, so there you go. So there's the grill. So once I start popping these bad boys on, you'll see exactly what's going on. So I have it up set to 350 degrees. For those of you who are not aware, I spent a lot of years working at International House of Pancakes. I'm not bragging, just saying that's what I was doing for many years of my life. Making pancakes, ran many IHOP restaurants. So pancakes are in my blood, but not a real big pancake eater, okay? But every once in a while, I treat myself to these pancakes, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Treating myself. All right, so a couple of things you can do now if you've ever made pancakes. You have a couple options. You can just pour it on the grill and have all different size pancakes if you like. Or if you want, you can get a measuring cup. Actually, believe it or not, I have a what they call a pancake gun. Right? Squirt them all over the top there. I didn't want to pull that out today because it's just a small little task we're doing more or less. But what I'll do is I'll just I'll put one of these out. We'll go maybe like for a let's say let's do a third of a cup. See how that size wise. Okay. So let's take our oh, and also if you want, which also doesn't hurt, it's a lot of times I see people making pancakes. It's usually these dads on Saturday morning cooking for all the kids. Before they make the pancakes, they'll take that spray and they'll just spray it all over the grill. Okay? We don't want to do that, folks. Okay? You don't need to do that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take just a little bit of this coconut oil. I'm just going to lightly put some of this on the grill. But if you have a griddle like this, that's Teflon or a no-stick surface, you really need nothing. All right? Because you have the oil in the pancake batter already. But we're just going to kind of go over this just for the sake of it. But don't spray it. Don't spray it down where it's just beating up with oil. It's the worst thing you can do. I hate when I see that. Not necessary. All right, so let's take a third of a cup here. Okay, pop them out. There you go. And you'll be able to tell right away, within the first few seconds, excuse me, if this griddle is hot enough. And what will happen is it'll start to just bubble a little bit in the middle and on the side. So these look like pretty good sized pancakes. Try not to have them touch each other, if at all possible. So yeah, like I said, I'm using a third cup here. And last time I made these, and just pancakes in general, I've seen pancakes where you can buy them frozen, and then they say heat them up in the toaster. Why would you do that? Okay. Microwave pancakes, take them out, store them in the fridge. Microwave them for like maybe 25-30 seconds, and they'll still be almost as fresh as they were the day that you made them. All right, so there you go. You can kind of see. And I think 350 is going to be almost perfect. I might just crank it up just maybe to 375 just for time-wise. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 6. I'll be making these long after the show is over here. But you can see we're probably only, let me see, how much time are we into? We're only into this 14 minutes, all right? We're only in 14 minutes, and it's almost time to eat, all right? What more could you ask for? So obviously we started first, second, third, all the way through here. So this, hopefully in the real world, this one will be the first one done. I will flip that just shortly, and you'll be able to see exactly. You're looking for a golden brown. I know these are a little brown to start with, so a little more golden brown than we normally would on a pancake. And that's what we're going to do here. The one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to flip them more than once. All right, you flip the pancakes over, let them cook on that side, boom, done. You start flipping over, they're going to get flat. They're going to be hard. You don't want that, all right? So, and you can see, look at all the bubbles there. You can see all the little bubbles popping right up, right in front of your face. Right there they are. All right, so it's cooking good. See, now this is the part of the cooking process where, you know, if you have friends, you have family, or you have kids, this is where you like talk to each other, all right? So really, I'm here by myself. Well, it's just me and my dog, and he's not even in the same room as me. So But this is where the conversation would happen, small talk, stuff that you'd talk about during the day. Not going to happen here today unless you guys have something you want to pop up on the chat. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions if in fact there is anyone watching. If not, I'm okay with that as well. All right, so let me just say I don't see anybody. So that must mean either you guys are very silent, you're kind of shy, and that's okay, I get it. It will pick up, trust me, it will pick up. All right, so here we go. Let's flip the first one over here. And like I said, I don't even have to look at the bottoms of these. I know that they're getting ready just because of the bubbles in the middle. Boom, look at that. Perfect. That right there. And look at, and what happens is when you flip it over, I don't know if you can kind of see that, but it's rising. Boom, it's rising very slowly. And if you start flipping it back too many times, you're going to lose that. So why would you do that? All right, there it is, doing the same thing. Flip it over. Starts to rise. Let's try it again. Look at that. Those are perfect. So if you don't have a George Foreman grill or any sort of a griddle like this, you can use a fry pan. I would cast iron, maybe a little bit too much for this. It's too hot. But if you have a Teflon, a non-stick pan, a large one, we can cook a couple at a time. That would be what I would suggest. All right. But if you have one of these, oop, a miss. See, that's what you don't want to do. We had a little bit of a mid-air collision right there. So let's get this guy out of here real quick. Flip that over. There you go. And if you want, after you flip them over, you know, they've been on the griddle for maybe about a minute or so, you can kind of line them up if you want to make room for a few more along the way. Okay. There you go. How's that? All right. So I'm not going to cook anymore right now because I want to eat these when they're done here and really experience the whole pumpkin pancake phenomenon that I have going here in my kitchen. I got to tell you, these really do smell good. Just the amount of cinnamon, which is very minimal, smells up the whole house. It smells like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and every other holiday wrapped into one. All right, so that's what I was going for. And it is a little after 11 o'clock here, and I am still drinking coffee. I don't normally drink coffee till 11 o'clock in the morning. Usually I'm done by 8 o'clock, but I figured today's a special day. We're cooking pumpkin pancakes. I'm having a little bit more coffee in my system. All right. So these right here are probably good. I'm going to pull a couple of these off. I'll pull them all off, but we'll take these two first of all. All right. Take those. I'll eat those. I'm going to kind of save these for right now. So we'll put these off to the side. All right, and they're cooked perfectly. If you're not sure, you can just take your spatula, put a little dent in there, and make sure it's not all runny and battery. Is that even a word? I don't even know. Make sure they're cooked all the way through. All right, so right now I have 6 of these. Let's move this Georgie out of the way here. All right, just get him out of the way, and then we'll put some syrup and some butter on these things. It's always nice working with electrical gadgets because you just never know what's going to happen. So here we got some butter and we have some syrup. All right. So I only took 2 because that's all I'm probably going to eat to start with, but that's okay. So let's take a little bit of butter, and that's right. I own a butter scoop. Doesn't everyone? I'm going to go right in there like that. That's enough for me for right now. Let's add a little bit of maple syrup over the top of that, like that. And there you have it. That's nice, right? All within probably about 15 minutes. Plus I have a lot of leftovers too. So check it out. Okay, there it is. Beautiful. Right in front of your very eyes. So let's take a little bit of butter. Make sure we all get a little bit of that butter. So, you know, yeah, so now you're adding the syrup, you're adding the butter. So maybe it's not as healthy as it was when it first started out, but you can add other stuff to it if you want to add like yogurt, pecans, sprinkle some nuts over the top even. But let's try these because they smell darn good. That is a darn good pancake. I've tried making just regular buttermilk pancakes from scratch and don't even have as good of a turnout as these are right now. And I'm not saying that. And you saw exactly what I did. There's no magic. There's no curtain that I hid behind. You saw exactly what happened here in real time. And these are fantastic. They really, really are. Okay, so if there's no more questions, I got a lot of cooking, a lot of eating to do here in the next half hour. So thanks so much for joining us on our maiden voyage. We'll try to get more of a set time, at least so you guys know where to find me, what time we'll be here, because that's real important. I understand that. So also, if you have any ideas as far as recipes, something you want to see me cook, just put it in the comment box, send me an email, whatever. But please like our channel, subscribe to it, and hit the bell just in case, when we do go live, you'll know ahead of time, so there won't be any surprises and you won't miss anything. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All our recipes are at realfood.com. Check that out. And also this pumpkin pancake recipe will be there as well. So until next time, we'll see you. This is Tom. Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's Tom, and thanks so much for stopping by the Real Food YouTube channel. If you liked the video, just hit the like button down below, and also hit the subscribe and that little notification bell so you know next time we post a video. See you soon.